Hello Tacticians, today we're going to be looking at the most recent update to Tacticus, and beyond that, having a quick look at the legendary event missions. But first, before all of this, I want to say my thank yous, and today they go to Mango, The Big E, Jaskia, Boulder Dragger Bane, Digifreak, Am I Real, Player 5532, Murazni, Libby Gant, Faco Sickness, Fishgill Autism, and Vladimir. All of you have used my friend code and it is very much appreciated, so thank you very much. So let's start diving into these updates. The October update notes, the Winged Prime, Spooky Season and more. The update is rolling out on both platforms, so if you haven't yet got it, do an update and check to see if it's there for you. Of note, the upcoming Battle Pass is special this month. It's featuring an epic Death Leaper character, and therefore more reward tiers as usual. The Battle Pass will return to normal for the following edition. All details plus so much more to follow. The new Battle Pass season is now going to feature Death Leaper, and it starts on October 22nd. And due to the character's rarity, they've added another 5 reward tiers as a special one-off. Then the next Battle Pass season after that will be back to the normal 50 reward tiers as normal. We've also got the introduction of the Ultimate Battle Pass. You get everything from the Premium Pass, which has remained unchanged, but even more rewards and a boost to the Battle Pass points earned from Battle Pass missions. The Ultimate Battle Pass holders will get an additional number of points every time they claim a Battle Pass mission, and this season there are 13 additional rewards that are unlocked by the Ultimate Pass, including an exclusive Tyranid avatar frame unlocked at tier 30 if that is your thing. The important thing to note here is if you buy the normal Battle Pass, you will still be able to unlock Death Leaper. From October 25th, we have the Halloween special event, where they're offering a week-long offer calendar with a mix of free and paid offers. The 2 free offers include a total of 25 Death Leaper shards and 120 Battle Pass points, and the 6 paid offers, if you are so inclined, will include another 50 shards and 480 Battle Pass points. A long-awaited special Infested Power-Ups Tournament Arena is also going to return on October 31st and will last 5 days. This was pretty much a player favourite when it was here last time, so personally, I am welcoming its return. You can also get another 42 Death Leaper shards from the progress bar and anywhere between 3 and 30 from the leaderboard. So if you really want to get the Death Leaper rarity up, you're going to want to do well in that. They've got other new collectible characters. We've talked about Death Leaper quickly, and the next one is the Winged Tyranid Prime, who will be unlockable in the new Synaptic Imperative event starting on October 29th. This is very much like we had with the Tyrant Guard, so there's nothing new to be said here. Then we have Ragnar Blackmane, Wolflord of the Blackmanes, unlockable in the next Saga of Majesty event. This is the legendary event for the Space Wolves. We have improved the balancing compared to previous events to make sure that shards conversion at the end of the last event is more fair. Even though we've increased the number of shards needed to unlock and promote the character, we've also increased the number of milestones and their rewards. As a result, unlocking and promoting the character requires the same effort as in earlier events. Previously, with legendary events, you'd need 150 shards to unlock, and then 60, 70, 80 to promote. They've changed those numbers, so instead of 150, you're now going to need 400. It sounds a lot, but they're saying that that 400 is going to be as easy to get as the 150 was before, so they're going to increase the number of shards we get as we go through. The benefit of this is if you still haven't unlocked him by the last event, when those shards transfer into character shards, you're going to be that much closer to unlocking him. Currently, even with Shadow Sun, if you end up with 140 at the 150 and are unsuccessful in unlocking her, you'll end up with 140 out of the 500 needed. With Ragnar's event, in the same situation, let's say you got to 360 out of the 400, I don't know if this is a relative number, but let's just go with it, then you'll at least have those 360 shards rather than 140, so it is a good change. And then Njal Stormcaller, Lord of Runes, unlockable exclusively from the Rogue Trader Shop, which was starting on October 22nd, replacing Azrael in the daily deals. So if you are working towards unlocking Azrael, you better get those last shards in quickly. There has also been a bit of a backlash on the forums regarding this only being accessible via the Rogue Trader store, and I can kind of see it. To get that Rogue Trader Archaeotech currency, you need to have maxed out at least one of your other characters, and you're going to need 1,000 currency to unlock him. So this is really a character aimed at the players who've been playing from day one. How good is Njal? Well, there was a little bit of a leak on day one when this patch dropped, and people have seen what at least his level 1 abilities are. But I'm going to go through his abilities closer to when he's going to be released. Then we've got the upcoming quests, new campaign for the Mirror Elite Fall of Cadia, and the tournament arenas. And from here on in, the patch notes start to get a bit in depth, and so we're going to leave them. But if you want to read them, they're there in the Hobby Hub. Please feel free. And if you have any questions, ask in the comments below. So, back to Ragnar. We currently don't know what missions are going to be needed to be completed in Ragnar's quest. So I looked at the existing 4 legendary events, 2 of which I know are no longer available, and I made a count of all the missions which they currently use. Now, these are a total of all of them and not broken down by who the enemies are. So across all of the events we've had before, no summon was the one that appeared the most times. So basically just make sure you've got a good set of troops, highly geared, so you'll be able to complete that. The next 2 most frequently used were no ranged and power weapon. The interesting thing to note about these 2 is the no ranged requirement was used twice with Ornn Shi, and the power weapon one was used twice with Shadow Sun. Now, is this going to be something we're going to see going forwards, where there is a certain restriction used twice? Well, unfortunately, I have absolutely no idea, but at least it's something we can keep an eye on. And then we have my personal favourite, the Bolter requirement, which comes in at 3 times. I'm hoping this one does make a return. The reason is Isabella. She has a Bolter, and she's the best healer that we have. So I'm really hoping that one returns. And looking across the entire board, we've got a lot of requirements based on the minimum or maximum number of hits. So I imagine something like that will also return. Problem is, we don't know how many. So looking at it, we're looking at a maximum of 2 and minimum of 4, which are the 2 most common. And again, we have damage type restrictions where they had to have a physical attack or a ranged attack. From here on in, the requirements got more unique. The interesting ones to note are the faction-only ones. We've got Black Legion appearing twice, Astra Militarum and Necrons appearing once. Now, the Space Wolves have a bit of a problem with Thousand Suns. They are arch enemies. So is that going to be a requirement in the future? I certainly hope not, as the Thousand Suns have only just released, and I very much doubt there are many people out there with a full set of Thousand Suns ready to take on a legendary event. However, there are 2 things which have never been used, which the Thousand Suns do bring to the table. One of them is flying, where 3 of their characters can actually fly, and the other is the use of fire attacks. Considering we already have Ray Vass, Vindicta and Roswither who have fire attacks, I wouldn't be surprised if fire is one of the requirements, and there's an awful lot of flying units in the game now, so that could be making its first appearance too. The other 2 I've got as higher likely is Final Vengeance and maybe Overwatch, just because the number of characters that have these abilities. I think Overwatch is the least likely of the lot, because they tend, apart from Ray Vass, to have fewer shots in total and to be weaker units. Final Vengeance, on the other hand, I could easily see appearing for the first time. The other one, if you really want to put your tinfoil hats on, is Close Combat Weakness, with all of the Tau, apart from Ornn Shi, and the Tyranid Neurothrope having Close Combat Weakness. We have a team which has been available for a while that all have Close Combat Weakness. So if you really want to put your tinfoil hats on, that's one to look out for. Now, there are probably other traits and weapons I haven't considered which haven't made it to the list, so I'd be very interested to hear what you think could be coming up in the comments below. If you like the content I do, it'd be really great if you could consider using my friend code, as it really does help me out. Or if you or your guild are looking for a new home, please feel free to reach out to any of the guilds shown. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.